Hola mi gente, Joe Barreto back with you at the Credit Card Connection. I'm glad you can join me. Today's video is coming out because last week I did a video on the 5 cards I'm taking to Europe. I'm leaving on Tuesday, and I got some slack for that one. It seems that people were wondering, why am I taking so many cards? It was overkill, it was this, it was that. And even though I explained myself and I went over the things as to why I thought the pack of cards I was taking was good for lounges, for dinner, for gas, for hotels, and so on, and for travel, and I explained them, I still got some heat for those. So if you find anything I'm going to mention in today's video valuable or entertaining, do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help the channel. And also, as you'll see later in the video, if you hit the referral link for MaxRewards Gold, which is a sponsor of today's video, that's really going to help the channel as well. So let's get into, now this one's going to be the 2 cards. If I had only 2 cards to take on a trip. Now, I'm going to be upfront, always transparent here. I'm going to throw in a little cheat code in there. Remember, I'm taking 2 physical cards, but I have a cheat code for you, all right, for the third, and I'll explain why in a minute. So if I had to take 2 cards, now, I know some of you are going to say, oh yeah, he's going to say the American Express Platinum because he's a Amex fanboy. I like American Express, all right? I also like Chase. I have a few more cards of American Express, fair enough. Don't get on me. Now, I won't be taking the Platinum. Now, what happens if I don't take the Platinum? Well, if I have Priority Pass on me, which is not a credit card, I could still probably get into one of the lounges, right? But I won't take the Amex Platinum because it doesn't really give you the point multipliers if you're going dining, if I'm taking a Uber, if I'm taking a ferry, if I'm taking a train, traveling abroad. I'm not going to get those multipliers. So why take up space in my wallet? All right, this is fat. This is a fat wallet. And there's a lot of cards, and these metal cards take up a lot of space. So I'm not taking that one. Who I will be taking? The American Express Gold Card. Now, why the Gold Card? Shouldn't be a mystery, guys. The Gold Card, in my opinion, is the best card for dining. So if I'm dining, now I'm going to say specifically dining because although you get the same multipliers, 4 points for groceries, that's only in the US. So if I'm going abroad and I'm going dining, I'm going to take the American Express Gold Card because it'll be accepted at restaurants worldwide. 4 points for every dollar I spend. Now, in Europe, things are just as expensive as they are here, if not more so in some cases, than they are in the States. So I'll be able to capitalize and utilize the Amex Gold Card for dining purposes, as a multiplier. It also has other travel protections built into it as well if I make any purchases with it. And it's that solid card that you want to have with you. Also that it doesn't have technically that credit limit. If I want to go crazy and buy stuff in Europe, I can. Now, we went over this last time. Might not be accepted as many places in Europe because certain stores, because of the expense of charging the card over there, the fees that they charge. So the next card that I'm going to take is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Why the Preferred? This is number 2. So the Preferred because it would give me 3 times multipliers in dining. And so 1 point less than American Express Gold. Plus it gives me 2 times on travel purchases, be it Uber, trains, ferries, tolls, and so on. Plus it gives me the primary car rental insurance. So that's huge. If you're traveling, and I said this in the last video, I was in Italy last year, a rock hit my windshield, and they went ahead, Sixt went ahead and charged me personally because there was a lag time with their systems. And I was getting billed $469 to repair a cracked windshield. It took some doing, but Chase ended up reimbursing me that amount for the windshield. So I didn't have to go through my personal car insurance. They become primary. So the Chase Sapphire Preferred would be the other card. Now, also, because as I mentioned before, because a lot of places claim that they don't take American Express, and I'm going to report back to you in a couple of weeks when I get back on whether that's true or not. Being a Visa Infinite card with the Sapphire Preferred, it's accepted globally, pretty much. So, I have this card as a backup, and it might even be my primary card when I get there. Going to Switzerland first, then Paris. So, they're both going to get a workout, but this would be the two-card setup that I take. Now, I also said I was going to give you a cheat code, because what am I missing? I'm covering dining, I'm covering purchases. On either one, I can do the hotels, right? Gas. Now, gas in Europe, if we're complaining about here in the States, and right now I think here in Jersey, it's $3.69 a gallon of regular. When I went last year to Europe, it was almost $8. And a lot of it is diesel, I get it, but it was coming out to almost $2 or so a liter. So at almost 4 liters, you're looking at $8, and that was last year. I have no idea what it is now. But now, if I want the best multiplier for gas, but I can't take a physical card, right? So here's the cheat code. If you remember, earlier in July, when I did my videos on the Discover It, there's a 5 times on gas, and also with the tap to pay feature. So I'm going to take my Discover It on my Apple Pay, and if they accept Apple Pay, and I'll see how that works over there, I'm going to use that card to get the 5 times multiplier on a tap to pay for gas, because then I would be able to get those points, for all the gas that I'm going to spend, because there's a lot of travel and a lot of gas being spent. So the cheat code would be, make sure you have if you don't feel like carrying all this, make sure you have it on your either Samsung Pay or Apple Pay or Google Pay. Make sure you have those cards loaded and ready to use if you have access to tap to pay. Now, again, my understanding is in a lot of places they may not accept it, but I'm going to see how my mileage varies when I go and travel. So I'm going to take the Discover It card, ready to rock and roll and load it, and I'm going to take the American Express Gold card, and I'm going to take the Sapphire Preferred card as my go-tos on this travel, so that people don't say that I'm just an Amex fanboy, and this way I don't have to take all of this with me. 2 cards, 2 methods of payment, 1 cheat code on Apple Pay, and I should be good to go on this vacation. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below. Now, before you do that, if you have all these cards like I just mentioned, how do you keep track of them? With today's sponsor, MaxRewards, that's the best way to keep track of all your cards. With MaxRewards, it's going to show you all of the balances across all of your cards. It's going to show you when the due date is, what balances you have, and if you're working towards reaching a bonus spend. Let's say you have a 60,000 spend bonus points you're going to get from a Chase Sapphire Preferred. It'll tell you how much you spent and how much time you have left to spend on it. It also gives you credit utilization, and it'll tell you exactly what you have across all your cards, how much of a credit limit you have available to you, and how much you're utilizing, which is huge. I use this every single day as a tool to keep track of all my expenses across all my cards. Now, if you use my referral code, which is my last name, Barreto, and you'll see that, just click in the link below in the description box. Type in Barreto, you'll get 1 month free of MaxRewards Gold, which unlocks the ability to add all of your offers and benefits that the credit cards have attached to them to your credit cards. For instance, I was at the mall Friday, Aldo shoes, and I realized with the MaxRewards app that if I use the Gold Business Card, believe it or not, I would get a $25 statement credit back put onto my card if I spend more than $250. Guess what I did? I did exactly that. So what this does is, instead of me having to go back to American Express or Chase or anybody else and unlock each individual benefit, it does it for me. So by using my last name Barreto in the referral code, you'll unlock 1 month free of Max Rewards Gold, and you're gonna see I have over 1,400 offers and benefits ready to go, loaded onto my cards, thanks to Max Rewards. So again, guys, if you like anything you've seen in this video, hit that like and subscribe. And like always, I thank you for being here. Until next time.